Good morning. Are you feeling your heart this morning? Pretty easy to do with that beautiful music, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And it is our heart that Spirit speaks through. Not our mind, not our intellect. When I say mind, I'm talking about our intellect, what we've learned in this lifetime, what we think in this lifetime. So, as Katie mentioned, the title of my talk is My Spiritual Family. So I thought it would be a good idea to share my take on what spirit is. Because don't we all have our own ideas about what spirit is and what our human nature is? So I'd like to, and of course these are just my views. So take what you need and discard the rest. It's just one view. I've been on the spiritual path for about 30 years. And yes, spirit is my primary focus now in my life. Because I've come to understand that it is that inner nature, my spiritual nature, what some call the higher self, that creates my happiness, that allows me to feel peace, calm, happiness. So I consider my spiritual nature as my non-physical nature. And I'm sure you've all heard the lower self and the higher self, right? The lower self is our human nature, and our higher self is our spiritual nature. The human nature, my human nature, I consider the physical part of me. The part of me that is here in this physical world. And my spiritual nature is my non-physical nature. And I consider it a state of being. In my human nature, I like to do. And in my spiritual nature, I like to be. So I'm going to just ask you to take a moment and let's come into our human nature by becoming present. So you can close your eyes if you wish. Plant your feet on the ground. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Our human nature is made up of our physical bodies and the physical bodies around us, animate and inanimate. Our thoughts, our feelings, and our 5 senses. So maybe just take a moment right now to bring your awareness to your mind, to the thoughts that you may be passing through your brain at the moment. That's part of your physical nature. Bring your awareness to your feelings, your emotional state, because every thought has an emotion attached to it, and every emotion has a thought. They come in pairs. What are you feeling right now in your own physical body? Are you feeling heavy? Are you feeling light? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling connected? Or are you feeling alone? It's all part of this dualistic nature of our physical bodies and this physical world. There's a plus and there's a minus. There's a positive and there's a negative. There's a left and there's a right. There's a feeling of happiness and a feeling of sadness. Mirrors of each other. And we dance in this dualistic world every day. Our thoughts go up and down, our emotions go up and down. That's the nature of our physical being. Now I want you to pay attention to your five senses. Even with your eyes closed, what do you see? I see little spots flashing across. I see different shades of gray. Sometimes I see little spots of color, purple. What about your hearing? What do your ears hear? What does your skin feel? Your tactile sense of touch. Can you feel the breeze? Can you feel the warmth of the sun? Can you feel the earth beneath your feet? Can you feel the weight of your body sitting in your chair? Our physical nature is like an interface. It's a way to communicate, a way of sharing information with our higher self. And this higher self, what is that? Now, I want you to bring your awareness to that part of you that is aware. The part of you that was paying attention as you were listening. Paying attention to the sounds you were hearing. It's non-physical. It's a state of consciousness, a state of present moment awareness. And it's neutral. There is no positive and negative in this awareness. It is neutral. It's simply observing. Some people call it that, the observer. That part of you that is aware, that is your spiritual nature. It's not judging anything, it's just noticing. You can open your eyes now, come back present, but don't lose touch with that part of you that's noticing. You think of all the good qualities of God, or spirit, or love, whatever you want to call that non-physical higher self, that higher consciousness that you are a part of, that is actually expressing through you, not only expressing through you, but you are choosing what is being expressed through you, through your awareness. When we are plugged into our higher self, there is only peace and joy and calm and love. And we can choose to express that through this physical body, through this interface that we have called a physical body. And it comes from the inside out. Our human nature reacts to the outside world and it impacts us on the inside. We see something, we hear a large noise, and suddenly we're startled. Our blood starts pumping a little faster, the body reacts. That's what our physical body's meant to do. And at the same time, there's a spiritual aspect of us, this awareness that can simply notice and go, oh, the body is reacting. In unity, there's 5 principles. And the first principle is that there is only one light, one love, one peace, expressing, and it's everywhere. It is everywhere present. It is surrounding us, it is in us, it is flowing through us in each and every moment. And it is neutral. And at the same time, you could consider love as a neutral emotion because it's pure. There is no opposite. But you say, oh, what about hate? What about fear? That's the opposite of love, isn't it? Actually, no, it's not. Love is always present, but sometimes we put a cloud over the sun. If you think as that love is the sun, clouds come across and they block the sun, and suddenly you're in the shade. You're in the darkness. Doesn't mean the light is gone. It just means we blocked our view of it. And we have the power to bring back the sun in each and every moment. We go, now I pay attention more to how I'm feeling than what I'm thinking. I don't know if you noticed, what I've noticed is my thoughts are a bunch of BS. I'm making them up. I'm making up my thoughts in each and every moment. That can be pretty frustrating. But once I really learned that, it was liberating. Because then, if I'm thinking something that doesn't feel good, I know I'm not thinking rightly. Obviously, because I don't want to feel bad. Who wants to feel bad? Anybody? Huh? No? No, me neither. I want to feel good. That's why I pay more and more attention now to what I feel, how I'm feeling. Because I know if I'm not feeling good, obviously there are thoughts, and often subconscious, I'm not even aware of them, which is another reason why I don't pay much attention to what I think anymore, because half the time I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I know I'm not feeling good. And so then I immediately bring myself back to the present moment and connect with my higher self, my spiritual self. And we all have that ability. That's why I come here every Sunday. I come here to practice being my higher self, being my spiritual self, being of service. And it carries me all through the week. And I think it's why you all come here, isn't it? To connect with something more. To get a deeper understanding of who you really are. I think you're all hungry for understanding, or you wouldn't be here. You want to understand more about what is this thing called spirit. What is a spiritual family? A spiritual family, for me, is all of you. You are part of my spiritual family. But so is everybody else. But it's not the physical part of you. It's that higher self within you that I long for. And as I get in touch with my spiritual self, I can see your spiritual self, your light shining through more and more. When I get into judgment and comparison and blame, I lose sight of that. And I feel separate. I feel less connected. And what I see here every Sunday is people coming together, sharing their best self, being of service, shining their light. All these different speakers that come up here every Sunday, I see them doing that, sharing their experience of being human and being divine. And we all have a different view. And beneath it all is the truth, the fact that we are love. And I see it expressed in each and every one of you every Sunday. You are kind, because kindness is within us. We are being of service, because service is being called from within us. Because we want we want to feel connected. We want to belong. These are prime desires. And the best way to be that kind and loving self is to practice. and that's why I come here every Sunday, is to practice. It's not enough. The fifth principle at Unity, it's not enough to understand this mentally, intellectually. We have to live it. And how do we live it? There's a handout that we're going to be giving in our consciousness chats that Cecil prepared. And it's called, What is a Spiritual Toolbox? A spiritual toolbox, let me describe it here. The woman that put this together is Misty Cochran. And she wrote, what is a spiritual toolbox? We are divine beings. That is the foundation of our being. The very toolbox itself. We are also having a very human experience here on our earthly home. And sometimes we need temporary reminders of our divinity. Anybody forget their divinity? Maybe more than once? Our toolbox is a collection of spiritual thoughts and practices. While our spiritual toolbox is a personal creation, and no two boxes will be exactly the same, Unity founders Charles and Myrtle Fillmore have some recommendations for tools to include in your collection. As you grow in your spiritual journey, you will add your own tools unique to you. I'm just going to run through a few, just the highlights. Inherent divinity, creative thinking, creative work, disciplining the mind, forgiveness, gratitude, meditation, the present moment, sacred space, self-reflection, wholeness. At Unity, Myrtle and Charles began, as Katie was saying, with affirmative prayer, with prayer being the foundation of a spiritual life. The number one tool in our toolbox. But at Unity, it's slightly different than maybe you were brought up with. It's not about asking for anything. It's not about going, please God, please give me that new job. Please, I need it. I just heard something the other day that kind of blew my mind, is God does not respond to needs. I'm going, what? Holy crap! I've been begging for things my whole life and God's not listening. What the heck? And do you know why? It's our second principle at Unity. God is everything, and we are that expressing, which means we are everything. So if we're asking for something that we think we don't have, we're not actually owning the truth of who we really are. But God knows who we really are, and He's going, what are you asking for that for? You've already got it. All you have to do is express it. And it's yours. All you have to do is give it your attention. And it will come to you. It will express. It will manifest in this world. So what are you giving your attention to? That too is a powerful tool. See, affirmative prayer is about stating the truth of who we really are. We have to own that we are everything. And that whatever we want manifested in our life is already within us. We simply need to express it in the outer world. Intention plus expression equals creation. You want to be happier? Make an intention. I choose to be happy now. But it's not enough to just say that. It's not enough to have the intention. You have to express it. So how do you express it? You want to be happy? Smile. Laugh. Dance. Sing. Do what you love. Express that, and your happiness is present moment, just like that. It's there for you. And happiness, joy, kindness, they're all choices, free choices that we can make in each and every moment. So what do you want in your life? Are you expressing it? Do you have a clear intention in your life of what you want? My number one intention right now is that I have now focused my attention on my non-physical nature. Which means I give my attention to that inner presence within me. And then I choose what I want to express. And so I'm choosing to be happy. And when I'm not, I take my attention away from whatever it is that's on my mind. And if I can't think of it, I start acting in a different way. That's more in alignment with my intention. So remember the power of your intention. And start expressing it more and more every day. And don't forget your spiritual toolbox. You need to practice this every day. Connect with yourself inside. Own that kindness, that peace, and live it. It's yours. It's your spiritual nature. And grow your spiritual family. And now we're going to go into a quiet meditation. I want to take you deeper into that spiritual nature that is within you. So first we'll sing a quiet song to bring us in.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace. We are held in the hands of grace. We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection from a mother's warm embrace. We are held in the hands of grace.
So go there now. Feel the grace of God, Spirit, universal intelligence, whatever your words are for that. And be present with it right now. Simply become aware in this present moment. Become aware of being aware. What a gift. Nothing in this physical world can touch that awareness. Cannot destroy it. Cannot scratch it, break it, bend it. That awareness is indestructible. That awareness is God. This is how we connect with God, with Spirit, with love. We bring our awareness to it, which is our attention. Bring your awareness to your heart right now, in this moment. is already there. You know it's there because you've expressed it 1,000 times in the past. And if you can't touch it right now, go back into your past. Bring up a memory of love. A memory of a moment where you felt love, or loving, or loved. Might be holding a baby, being hugged by your mother or father, a dear friend, playing with a puppy or a kitten. And feel that. Allow that loving feeling to expand within you. Allow that love to fill every cell in your body. Perhaps you see light, or feel light, or imagine a light coursing through you. The light of love. Until your body is so full you cannot hold it in anymore. And it begins to overflow, to go beyond your body. And imagine that love like a bubble expanding until everyone here today is held within that bubble. And be aware that your bubble is holding everyone in this space, and you are pouring love into them, around them, holding them in that bubble of love. And at the same time, everyone else is holding you in love. Completely surrender to this moment. Be present. Can you allow that love to go within you? To be part of your love, filling every cell in your body. And awareness, being infinite in nature, can expand with no limits, which means we can expand that bubble to include the entire earth. So imagine your bubble of love expanding so that the entire earth is now inside that bubble with you. And that bubble could grow even more. It can hold the entire universe. Your awareness can go to the edge of the universe instantaneously. You can hold it all. You are so much more than a physical body. Remember this. Remember this. Remember this. And so it is.
We are held in the hands of grace, forever safe in the arms of love. Like a child receives protection